It's your boy, man. Oh, it's been so long. I miss you guys. I miss doing these videos. I can't be loud. I can't be loud right now. I'm excited, but I gotta contain it. My daughter's sleeping. It's late. She's 13 months old. She needs to sleep. She's a good sleeper, but I don't want to wake her up. You know what I mean? So I will be a little bit calm in this video. Yes, it's been a very long time, everybody. It's been a very long time. I'm checking my audio right now. It looks like you guys can hear me and you can see me. That's good. Um, it's been a long time. I'm not going to get too much into it. I moved, didn't have all my equipment, so I put off making videos. It's been so long that I'm like, fuck it. I don't care if I have the equipment right now. I'm holding my phone with my hand. I don't have a microphone. I don't have a camera. I'm just holding my phone in my hand because I want to make a video. I've had a semi-productive day, and I'm just like, you know what? It's been a long time. I want to make a video. If you want to follow me on Twitter, at Chris Harris 85, that's me, BT Chris, BTC Harris. I make a lot of posts on Twitter. If you've been missing me, you won't miss me on Twitter. I promise. I got 50 followers on Twitter. I'm pretty sure it's more followers than I have on YouTube. Maybe not. I don't remember how many followers. I think I have 49 on YouTube. Or it's 41. It's something like that. Subscribers. Um, but numbers, baby, they're pumping. We're not talking about that though. We're going to talk about some TA. I want to go over some stuff. Um, I want to first say that I my last video that I posted. I want to say it was in November, late November, which would mean that I posted it somewhere in this little range here. I want to say it was after this dump. Maybe it was just before this dump. I want to say it was after this dump. It was somewhere in here. And I was saying that we were going to go lower. We didn't go lower. We actually went higher. I did call for a pullback here. We did get a little pullback, but I thought it was going to bring us to lower lows, and it didn't. I did not expect a run all the way up to 30,000, much less breaking above 30,000 and going up to 31,000. I know in my previous videos I said that if Bitcoin did go up, 30,000 to 35,000 was going to be a range that was hard to beat. The reason for that, I'm going to get rid of the indicators here so we can better see it. This right here, if we put a line right here, this is kind of a bottoming range, right? We came up, found support, off to the races. We came down, found support, off to the races. We came down, we broke it, found resistance, down to the slums, right? And we again have come up to it. Coincidentally enough, I didn't draw the line over here. I drew it over here, right? And yes, we've wicked above it, wicked below it. This time we tipped right off it. I didn't even mean to draw it that precisely, but I just picked this little. Anyways, we're looking, in my opinion, with a bearish engulfing candle there, with above average volume even. This is to me looking like a rejection, and honestly, it looks like it's been confirmed. So if this is a confirmed rejection off of something that was so significant that once, twice it sent us to all-time highs, the third time we rejected it and it sent us to this cycle's current lows, I'm going to assume that this is going to be a significant dump, more than 20%, more than 40%. Will it take us to new lows? I do think so. That doesn't mean that it's going to, but I do think so. I personally don't believe the bear market's over. And I know that that's crazy. I know that that's crazy to a lot of people because there's a lot of factors at play that indicate that the bull market has started, the bear market is over. But I guess I want to kind of make a case for the bears in this video because that's my bias. If we look, let's just see. Let's look at our RSI. To be fair, the RSI being above the 50 while the price is below this 123 moving average, that's a good thing for Bitcoin. That's normally, whenever you see this, if you remember how I have it set up, if you have the RSI above the 50 and price is below this MA, that's normally an indication that we are going to see price move above this MA, which right now is at $36,500. So I would say already me being bearish is kind of counter to my own indicator that I've kind of discovered. But I've got other things. To talk about. Let's see. So obviously, in my opinion, price action is king. We've got a rejection here on a very significant level. If we were to measure a fib from top to bottom, or Fibonacci retracement tool from top to bottom, we can see that I guess we didn't really bounce off the 50, which is fine. It doesn't have to be exact, but we are below this 382. In fact, we even came up this week and tested it. You can see we tested it and we rejected it. Let's see if we go on a daily scale if it's more defined. Oh yeah, that to me is like a hard rejection. We literally tipped it, we flirted with it, we found support on it, and now we're finding rejection on it. I think, in my opinion, it is going to be time to move down soon. Let's see. There's some stuff that I want to go over here. Let's see. Okay. So the fib, in my honest opinion, doesn't look good. It's not really a conventional fib. There's not really too much respect on it. This one might be better. That puts the 618 right there. And this was the last high that sent us down. In a certain sense, you can look at this like this is a high here, this is a high here, that's a high there, and that's a high there. So we've got lower highs and then our first higher high. A lot of people are excited. They're calling this bear market over because we have a higher high finally and higher lows. I want to take away all the noise. I want to put it on a monthly time frame, and I want to ask, where are the higher highs? Where are the higher lows? Here's a high. Here's a lower high. And here's a lower high. Here's a low. Here's a lower low. Here's a lower low. And we have a lower high. We haven't broken this structure. And generally, when you're in a trend that's going down, when you have a lower high, you look for a lower low. You don't look for a higher low. I mean, it could happen if you're hopeful, if there's indications for it, yes, but generally the trend is your friend. And right now we have lower highs and lower lows, on the monthly scale at least. I want to point out that also on the monthly scale, if we have the RSI pulled up here, we've never been this low in the RSI before. A lot of people might think intuitively that being at the lowest point in the RSI, being at the weakest that Bitcoin's ever been in relative price strength, RSI is relative strength index, so relative strength of price, you'd want to buy it there. You want to sell it at the strongest, you want to buy it at the weakest, right? That's intuitive. I feel like that makes sense. But it is the relative strength index. This means that Bitcoin has never been this weak before. It's never been this weak before. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. It was a good thing temporarily, but is it a good thing long term? I don't mean condemning in the sense that Bitcoin's dead, it's going to go to zero, but I mean that this is different. We've never experienced prices this low before. We've never rejected. If I put a line right there, you can see we get a bounce here, a bounce here, a bounce here. I'm going to put a line right there so I can kind of go over it. We have never rejected this line before. We've in fact found support on it several times, but here we rejected it, and we were below this line. The only time we've ever been below it. This is a first. Things are different right now. And everybody says that about every bear market. Oh, this bear market's different. And every time they're proved wrong, I think this might be a different bear market, guys. This might be a longer lasted bear market, genuinely. I can prove, other things with as far as that goes. Let's see. You can look the very first all-time high that Bitcoin ever had right here. Blow off top, right? The next all-time high that it had, blow off top, right? Here we go. Again, blow off top. But this one was a double top. It was a double top. 100% a double top. We've never had a double top before. If you go right here, all-time high to low, well, I mean, I guess there's no all-time highs before, but we can see it didn't come near any of these highs here, right? That was its low. All-time high here, we find the lows for the market. It's nowhere near this previous all-time high, right? If we put a line here to mark the all-time high and then a line here to mark the lows, right? Really far away. This all-time high here, up there, whenever we went from that high all the way down to this low for this cycle, for the 2017 bull market, 2017 bull market. It was like started 2015. Battery running low. Hold on, I gotta make sure that that everything's plugged in. I don't know how the battery's running low. Man, it's because OBS is running up a bill. All right, well, I'll try to make this quick. This all-time high to low did not come close. It looks close on the chart, but 1,243 versus 3,124. That's a big difference. It did not break the previous all-time high. For the first time, we have a double top. For the first time, we have the lowest low in the RSI, rejecting off this level that's been supportive in most bear markets. For the first time, we have broken below an all-time high level. Things are different. Things are different, and not in a good way. Not in a good way. You can see Bitcoin is slowing down. I want to point something else out too. We've never had bearish divergence on the RSI. Look at this. High, it goes a little higher. This is like smack dab in the middle. You know, like these are identical RSIs. These ones are identical too. But here we have a high RSI and a lower RSI when we have a high in price and a higher high in price. That is bearish divergence. We have never had monthly bearish divergence, not even fucking close. We've never had bearish divergence on a monthly scale. In fact, this one looks tied. This one actually looks like it's a little higher on the second one. This one is a little higher. That's how we do it. And that doesn't mean a double top. There's never been a double top before. We have double tops. We have the lowest lows that we've seen in the RSI. We have a bearish divergence that's formed in the RSI. Not only that, but this was without a doubt from previous low to high, 2,100% gains. This is the lowest percentage gain that we've ever had. And it makes sense whenever you're showing readings like the weakest price strength that you've ever had, whenever you're showing bearish things that you've never seen before, like bearish divergence on a monthly scale, which is a big deal, by the way. That's a very big deal. We measure from the previous bottom to top. We've got 12,000%. It only gets bigger as we go down. 12,000%. 62,000%. We've never had a bull market that was so small and impacted so heavily by a double top. We've never had it. Could we, if we've never had a bull market this small before, could we experience a bear market that is bigger than any bear market we've ever seen? It doesn't have to be bigger in percentage drops, but maybe longer, bigger in a longer sense. And I think we could. I really think we could. I am going to try to wrap this video up because apparently my computer is going to die. I don't know how much I have left. 4 hours to charge, but it's definitely running the battery. So I want to show something that really caught my eye. This is kind of the reason that I made this video today, and I want to get to it. So if we go to here, this is our templates. We go to the MA exponential ribbon. This is the moving average ribbon. That's what it's called, the exponential moving average ribbon, whatever you want to call it. On a monthly time frame, we have another first, guys. We have another first. Surprise, surprise. If we look at the yellow line here, when it's above, that's good. That means it's a bullish trend. And on a monthly time frame, Bitcoin is the most bullish asset in the world, especially over time. Of course, this yellow line has only been on top its entire existence. It's only had a bullish formation its entire existence. If we look though, we're experiencing the tightest like consolidation of these moving averages that we've ever seen. Yes, it bound up here a little bit. Yes, it bound up here a little bit, but this is tight. This is tight. This is really tight. And furthermore, we have never seen the yellow line, never, not once in any previous market have we seen the yellow line cross below any other line. It's always remained on top all the way through. It looks like it's close here, right? You zoom it in, zoom, zoom, zoom. We're going to the moon. And yellow line is on top. Yellow line is on top. It's always on top. Always. We're going to just keep moving through, always on top. Even when it contracts, even when the band contracts, the ribbon contracts, it's always on top. Right up until we get to this bear market. This is a first time, again, shocker, another first. Sorry I said shocker, that's so lame. I could be wrong. So I'm saying shocker, but I could be proven wrong. But the facts of the matter are, we've never seen this before. We've never seen the yellow line come below. And I had it zoomed in, but if you were paying attention, you would have also noticed that not only have we never had the yellow line cross below, we have never had consecutive bodies, candle bodies. Wicks, sure, they go below the ribbon, but we've never had, wicks here. Fine, sure. We had bodies here that closed and a body here that opened, but this body opened in the ribbon, this body closed in the ribbon. We have never had bodies that open and close, let alone multiple under the ribbon. And if that's a stretch, if you want to act like these opened and closed, we can zoom in and look at it. Actually, let's do it. It didn't. It didn't. It barely opened in the ribbon. It barely did. I mean, we can zoom in. Like, you can see it. You can see the little red body popping up through the ribbon there, right? Yep. There's never been an opening and close candle below the ribbon. But if you want to count those two, we can count those two. And we can still see that we've never had this many below the ribbon, let alone rejecting the ribbon from the bottom, from the very bottom. We've never seen that before. We got above it. We're above it now. Don't get me wrong. That's great. Never before have we been below it, gotten above it, and then come back down below the ribbon. We might not come below the ribbon this time. We might bounce. It would be very bullish if we saw a bounce here, and it's a very critical thing that Bitcoin bounces here. If the bulls want to prove me wrong and say that we are not in a bear market anymore, we're in bull mode, then do it. Let's go. But if not, if this month, I want to say, if this month closes below this yellow line, it's not looking good. And if price gets back below this ribbon, definitely not looking good. And I would bet, and in fact I am betting a lot, that Bitcoin is going to go lower than this current low at $15,473. I want to show the weekly too, because we've been focusing on the monthly, and that's great, but the weekly, right, has been bearish for a little bit. We came up into it, we found some support, and it's looking good. It's looking very good. I'm going to be honest. The yellow line is coming up. This is good. It looks like we're holding support. This is good. But the past couple weeks, including this week even, have not been looking good. And if we continue this trend down, and if we get a weekly candle close, not just a close, if we get a close below the yellow line, not below the ribbon, not below this, not here, but below the yellow line specifically. If a weekly candle can close, that's not going to look good. If we get a weekly candle that opens and closes below the yellow line, to me that's condemning. We are definitely going down, and what's happening at that point is this looks like it's crossing, but really what it's doing is it's contracting and getting ready to just expand down. And that happens. We get a contraction here and it expands up. We had contractions here, expanded up. A contraction here, yes, it crossed, but I would call this a false cross, more of an actual contraction, and then rapid expansion up. We could be seeing the same thing here, and it would be very telling that that's what we're seeing if we get a candle to close below the yellow line, or truly a candle that opens and closes below this yellow line. And the monthly time frame, we still got 2 weeks left in the month, so there's a lot of time there. And even if we closed here, we're not below the ribbon yet. So, and I would say, being in the ribbon's not bad. That's not a bad thing. It's ideally a good time to buy if we're in a bull market. I don't think we are. And a good way to kind of help us navigate this in more of a realistic time frame is looking at it week to week. This, as critical as the month is, and it is critical, it's more, in my opinion, it's more critical than the weekly. The weekly is going to show its true colors before the monthly does. And if we get an open and a close below this yellow line, to me that's condemning, not just for the weekly, but for the monthly, and for Bitcoin and crypto altogether. I want to finish this video. I want to make sure I have enough time and I have enough battery to say what I want to say. Be careful. Be careful with your investments. Be careful listening to me. I don't know what I'm talking about all the time. I did not expect us to have this dramatic run up. I expected that once we had this, that we would roll over, and we did. We rolled over a very good bit. We went from 25,000 all the way back down to 19,700. We had a good rollover, but woo, I did not expect this. I really did not expect this. I'm expecting us to go down. I could be wrong. I'm not expecting us to go up. It can keep happening. But there's a lot of firsts that are happening in the market. There are a lot of people that are bullish who are disregarding these firsts. Everyone's calling this bear market the same as any other bear market, and it's not. It really is not. And I think ignoring the facts. This isn't even everything, guys. My computer's dying. I haven't even gone over all the stuff. I'm going to make another video about this soon, but with a lot more details. It'll be a lot more boring, trust me, and I'll be able to be a little louder too because my daughter's not sleeping. But man, what I'm trying to say is be careful, especially with altcoins. Everyone's talking about alt season. This is not an alt season. Altcoins are popping 12%, 15% in a day. That's great in the stock world. That's nothing in the altcoin. Alt season, you're going to see 30% pumps, minimum a day. You're going to see Bitcoin pumping and altcoins. Bitcoin might stay still, but altcoins do their thing. This is not an alt cycle. This is not an alt season right now. We're not having 100% pumps in a week. We're not seeing 10x's or 100x's. That is an alt cycle. When it's alt season, you will see 10x's and 100x's. It won't be in the ones that you're probably invested in. It'll be in ones that you've never heard of before. But that's not happening now. People are getting excited that there's coins that are pumping 20, 30%, 15%, 10%. That's a weak ass alt cycle, and it makes sense because we are having a weak ass run up, and things are just getting weaker for Bitcoin and for crypto right now. And I'm not saying that I think crypto's dead, but I am saying that I do not think we're in a bull market right now. I really don't think we're in a bull market right now. And I will go over more of this stuff, and I will, I wish I could go over more now, but this video is probably already long enough. And this is something to watch. If you want to pull it up yourself, go on TradingView. You don't need an account. It's free. You don't need an account. You can literally type in tradingview.com, pull up the chart, right? Here, let's do it together. Ready? Tradingview.com, leave the page. Unless this dies on me. But search. I have it pulled up, but type in, I'm going to do BTC USD. And look for the one that says index. Index. It'll be the third one. At least it is on mine, but it has this little, I can't show you, but it has the index symbol right over here, the TradingView symbol. Click on that one. It'll bring you up to your chart won't look like this. It'll probably be on a white screen or something if you're new, but everyone has their own charts, but whatever. Click this, it's your templates, MXA ribbon. Put it in logarithmic, it makes it look prettier. It doesn't change anything really, it just, other than the ratio of the candles to price. Yeah, to percentage gains and losses. And you can look at this yourself. This is very important, you guys. This is very, very important. If I'm wrong, if I'm to be wrong and Bitcoin proves me wrong, and this is a bull market, then it should have no problem flipping this ribbon to the upside, getting this yellow line above the red. If that happens, there's still potential, right? We can have false crosses. We've seen it before. It's not just Bitcoin that this happens to. It could cross up and still be false, but I will say, this false cross happened. We had a V-shaped recovery. We're blowing right through it. To me, this is an obvious false cross. If we find support on this and we start turning up, I don't think that's going to be a false cross. I think it's pretty safe to say that that's the real deal. But if we open and close a candle, or close a candle below this yellow line period, things are not going to look good. But if we open and close a candle below this yellow line, especially not good. This is on a weekly time frame. We have 2 days and basically 3 days left in this week. Since the price is above this yellow line, as time goes on, this yellow line is only going to go higher. If price doesn't go higher along with it, then inevitably it will look like price is going to go below it. If we get price below it, I don't mean where it is now. I mean where it's going to be. It could literally take a week. It could take 2 or 3 weeks, but it is something to watch. And I will keep you guys updated as best I can. And especially if we crash below this line, I'll be the first person to say something about it. And what this means is not just it's not just a little dip below and then we're off to the races. It's not the same structure. We're not in the same market conditions. It's not what it is at all. We've got a very, in my opinion, iffy looking weekly ribbon. We have a bullish looking monthly ribbon, but doing bearish things that it's never done before, which I don't like. That means this bear market is different. To me, that means it's different, which means we could go lower again. We could contract more. I don't know if this will flip, if the yellow line will flip. This monthly time frame, I mean, we could drop all the way down. Look at how far we dropped and we came back up and this didn't even get phased. A lot can happen in a month, guys. A lot can happen in a month. And right now we are postured, in my opinion, even though this is a bullish posturing for the ribbon overall, the way price is interacting with it is more bearish than it ever has in Bitcoin's history. The way price is interacting as far as like the RSI goes, oh, I don't have it on up anymore. It's never been this low. It's never been this bearish. We've never had a double top before. We've never gone below previous all-time highs before. There's a lot more stuff I want to go over, but I can't because my computer's about to die. So with that, I bid you all adieu. If you want to watch this stuff on your own, you can. You can literally pull it up on your own. I'm gonna pull up the daily real quick just for fun. Look at this shit. Not good. Very not good. This looks like it wants to cross. It technically hasn't officially crossed yet, but unless Bitcoin can get back up to the ribbon, unless we have a like $1,000 day today, it's not going to look good. And it could go up and still come down just like it did this. Like it, to me, this looks like it's rejecting the ribbon. We had a big dump into it. We are finding resistance on it. This does not look good. This really does not look good. And when we get a fresh cross, look at what happened. Look at what happened the last time we had a fresh cross to the upside. Great. Fucking great. Look at what happened the last time we had a fresh cross to the downside. And no, these are not crosses. These are contractions. These are contractions. That was a false cross right there. Here, we had a real cross. And we went from at a high of 43,000 to in a very short amount of time, less than a month's time, 43,000 to 25,000. In a very, very short amount of time. The last time we had a daily cross on the ribbon to the downside in a very short amount of time, from April 21st to May 12th, less than a month, we dropped 41% in Bitcoin. And if you were in altcoins when we had a 41% drop, I promise you, you lost more than 60%. Bitcoin drops 20%, altcoins drop 40%. That's how it is. So I'm going to leave it at that. Beware. We basically are having that cross right now on the daily. That does not look good. There's still hope. It could, just as we had a fake cross here and it came down, this could cross and be a fake cross here and we go up. It could. We could tweezer bottom here, have a double bottom, and off to the races. Volume comes in. I'm not convinced though. Convince me otherwise, Bitcoin. You need to make some bullish moves. Otherwise, it is over, man. It's all over but the crying. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. I will have more videos, better videos, with better quality, and not in my living room. I have my own like little office space that I'm gonna do. I have artwork and everything that I want to post up in the background, but it's not all set up yet, and I've been using that as an excuse to not make my videos. So I will make these videos. I will keep making these videos, and hopefully it encourages me to just get my space set up faster. Because yeah, man, I miss this stuff. And I'm sorry if any of it was confusing. It's been a while since I've done this, and I'm just, finding my groove again. But if you like the video, leave a thumbs up. It really helps. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell icon so you can get notifications on it. You don't have to if you don't want to, whatever. I know that can be annoying. And check out @ChrisHarris85. I was the 85th in line to get the name Chris Harris, apparently. Oop. And with that, I bid you all adieu. Have a good night.